Before I begin, I just ask that God uses me in a way that allows this message to resonate, connect, and reach those for whom it's intended for. There's less of me and more of you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I want you guys to understand this when it comes to confidence, right? That you don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You just have to prove it to God. And it's not so much prove it, but to confirm it, to validate it, to ensure it, right? And you say, why does he say this? Well, here's the thing. In life, confidence. And I'm going to keep talking to y'all about this because it's important. It's important that I talk to you about confidence. Because if you don't have the confidence to do what you're supposed to do, follow your dreams, live purposefully, etc., none of this stuff matters. It's very important that you have the confidence to do what you're supposed to do, to chase your dreams, and so forth, right? So check this out. Confidence, for me growing up, I used to think confidence was like, it came when you were able to do something. Like, I'm confident I can play basketball. Why? Because I've been practicing, I've been training, I done got some buckets, you know what I mean? Like, I know I can do this. That's on one hand. Belief in your own abilities, right? That's what confidence is by definition. Belief in your abilities. So a person can gain confidence, right? But then there was also people who just, confidence was in them. They just move with it. It was just a different aura. It was a different just belief in themselves, right? That this didn't come from their belief in their abilities, because this same person can go play kickball for the first time and just approach it with someone's confidence. How? You never did this. You don't. It's like I used to think that it used to, like, confidence came from that, like it had to be proved. There had to be some validity. For example, if somebody never got in a freestyle battle before, you would think that everyone who doesn't have the experience would approach it with a lack of confidence, or with like they were more timid, or okay, so here we go. No, but then there's people who approach it for the very first time ever with just so much swagger or just confidence, right? That's in you. So then that's when confidence, my understanding of confidence became larger, and that would mess me up. I would think that some people were born with it and some people were just born without it. But you can become confident in certain things, your ability to do certain things, but you overall weren't a confident person. That's what I used to think, until I gained further understanding on confidence in itself. You see, there's two types of people, because see, the person can exude confidence but not be confident in their ability to do something. But since they have the swagger or the aura or the mindset or that, right, it's in them, they wear it differently. The other person who has this confidence in their belief or ability, right? So once I get better at playing chess, I'll be more confident, I'll talk more trash, whatever the case. But in the beginning, I'm not gonna say too much, right? You feel like you have to gain authority to be confident before you can wear it. I want to tell you this: you don't have to prove anything to anyone. And the reason why you're trying to build this authority to be confident or to express confidence is because you don't want anybody to call you out on it. You're afraid to express confidence because you don't want anybody to expose your lack of confidence. Versus the other person who can wear the confidence. Why? Well, either A, this was instilled in them as growing up, and they were just giving these tools, it's foundational upbringing that they just found, they understand this as a fundamental of life. No one can give or take away from you confidence. Let me say this again. No one can give or take away from you your confidence. It's something that you give the power up to them to do, right? Somebody would literally, you have to give them the ability, the power, the authority to tell you if you're confident or not. How does somebody know? They don't know, but they can sense it if you wear it. So are you saying to fake it until I make it? No. I'm telling you that there is evidence in your life that you're confident. Every single human being has evidence in their life that they're confident. How? How do I know this? Okay, what is something that you're good at? If you're saying nothing, then you're probably already good at hating on yourself. If you're saying nothing, right? You don't try anything, like what is it? Something. You might be good at trivia. I don't care if it's just one specific show. You might be good at memorization. You might be good at, everybody is good at something. So I can also conclude that since you're good at something, you're confident in your ability to do that thing, right? That's evidence that confidence exists in your life and you're not someone who is incapable of feeling confident. Now, here's the thing. Why doesn't that translate over to other things? Because you are looking for approval from other people to be confident. For example, if I am a painter or I draw and and everybody, no one's telling me that my artwork is good, then I am feeling like I can't, I don't have the validation to be confident in my artwork. But a person who owns their confidence is going to feel confident about the artwork no matter what anybody says. Ergo, if you don't like this ain't for you, or something's wrong with you, not with my artwork. That's the difference. So what does this mean? Since I just gave you proof that everyone's capable of being confident and everybody has evidence of confidence in their life, now there's only leaves one thing left. Stop looking for approval from others to be confident. God has already given you abilities or belief or the evidence in your life that you are a confident person. So believe God and trust that you were made for a reason, a purpose, a calling, a mission that requires for you to be confident in yourself. Without confidence, you cannot be bold. Without boldness, you cannot be obedient to that calling and mission and passions and purpose. Right? So, and I'm going a little bit fast here, but that's cool. So when I'm saying this, I want you guys to work on owning your confidence. You do not need approval from anyone to exude confidence. I'm not telling you to go in this world and start being an asshole, to go in this world and start being a douche, to go in this world and start doing any of these things like that. I'm telling you that to take ownership and give yourself permission to be who you are unapologetically and authentically. I'm not saying, when I say unapologetically, I'm not saying I'm going to do things that will require me to potentially apologize to people. No. I'm saying unapologetically, as in I'm not looking for approval to give my opinions. I'm not looking for approval to be myself, to take up space. I'm not looking for approval to express myself and to be proud of, like, whatever the case. I can't even think of the word because I'm so overwhelmed right now with just how much I want you guys to get this. And without, like, to be assertive, right? Own that. You have to stop looking for approval, because if that's who you are, and that's how I was somebody that was looking for validation to be confident. I was looking for somebody like in my neighborhood when we were kids, we would play football outside and we played tackle football in the yard. And once the older kids said that you was good, oh, you now you had different swag about yourself. And then when somebody say, oh, that you now you that person's not good, everybody's claiming it. No, you're not good, you're not good. But who said that they get to decide? And what if they just didn't get an opportunity to play in the right position? Maybe they're supposed to be playing quarterback. Maybe they just good when they run the ball. Maybe maybe they're supposed to be blocking, right? So, and this is what I mean, like, stop listening to people because they don't know what they're talking about. Right? That's kind of contradicting. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm saying, when it comes to y'all being confident, man, like, stop letting people give you approval or not, right? If like think about the greatest people, like the great like creators, like great creators in history, right? When I'm thinking about, like, for perfect example, like Kendrick Lamar right now. Kendrick Lamar is somebody who, if he didn't have the confidence to put out the art he was putting out, then, like, he would not be who he is. And there's people who swear by him and will say he's the GOAT. And there's some people who don't get his music. Sometimes you're talking to people or dealing with people who just don't get it. They don't understand. That's life. But I want you to know that if you keep waiting for the people around you to approve and give you confidence, to prove your confidence, instead of owning it for yourself because you exist and you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing, and I own it and I'm going to exude confidence and walk with this aura, walk with this swagger, right? It's a difference. It's a difference. So take this. Oftentimes, there's the reason why this confidence advice doesn't work for people is because you don't own it. You're still looking for permission. You're still looking at somebody like, how's this look? Does this look good? Is this cool? Am I doing cool? What do you think? And if they say, nah, then you're like, dang, I gotta figure it back out. Instead of being somebody say they don't like it, you know what? I appreciate that. That let me know it's not for you. So I can start finding people who it is for. I keep telling y'all, somebody would pay $10 for a painting, and that same painting, somebody paid $10,000 for it. Value is perceived by the person, every individual. The painting that matters the most is yours. God has already given you the approval. He's already given you the authority, but you have to own it and wear it like it's a fact. You're that guy or you're that girl. I'm that guy. It ain't got to be just one. Every person watching this, you are that guy or you're that girl or however you want to identify. And no one else has to agree because it doesn't matter. But you got to wear it and own it. Love you guys, man. Take care of yourself. Talk to you tomorrow in the next video.